Christy Torisk.
Here at the Done Better Studios here in beautiful Pompano Beach, Florida, where it's always 75 and sunny, at least in the
Today's
winter
beautiful.
time. Yes, today is a nice, beautiful day.
Yeah.
So you're kind of blocking our logo there, but yeah, can you sit like that the rest of the, yeah.
Or this way.
Yeah, maybe that way. Anyway, I'll do, we'll be off of this screen in a minute because we got a special show for you guys. I know that a lot of you who support us also support the Noodlebergs. And today we're talking about a staple of the Noodlebergs. And that's something they talk a lot about. It's one of their 4 or 5 main things they teach on. And we've learned from them, and that's time management. And so
Yes.
it's one of these things in life that
we all wish we had more time.
And you have no control of how much you get.
Yeah, we all have the same 24 hours.
Yep, same 24 hours. And Steve and Mark both can tell you exactly how many minutes and seconds those are. So we wanted to kind of take that a step further, not only telling you what we've employed because of what we learned from them, but we also want to tell you what we schedule, when we schedule it, how we schedule it, why we schedule it, and just kind of break this down today as far as a time management a video.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow we have a special show. I'm not available tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to pre-tape the show, and it's going to be a how to combine your calendars into one calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'll be pre-taped, pre-rolled out, same time, 2:30 across all the channels. And that will be more of a technical how to combine all of your calendars onto one calendar. So that'll be tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So what do
the
you
tools that we use?
What do you do for time? What time management? What does that mean to you?
So I put everything in my schedule now, in my calendar. As soon as I know about it, it goes in my calendar.
Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy
I just
Shaz.
don't. I forget about it.
Yeah. And then so what happens? This ends up what my calendar looks like. This is literally my calendar. You see, there's different colors, different textures of colors, different tones, and that's because I've got a bunch of calendars all riled up together. I got my Gmail here. I've got my Coaching Done Better. I've got my Taurus Pro. Everyone. In fact, there's a combined family too. I can actually see Christy's calendars on here too.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow's show will show you how I did that, how I combined all these using which tools I use. It's very simple, and it's one calendar again we live on. And
once you start using it,
you can't live without it.
Yeah, you become dependent on it, or at least I do.
Yeah, it's what do you do to before we do anything? Right. We just check. Yeah, yes. Jimmy is over in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and
hi, Jimmy.
I know he lives by the calendar because kind of that's what we did. That's how we rolled up when we worked there together.
Well, you and I set it up in a way that I can see your calendar, you can see my calendar, and then we kind of have, personal and business in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So and you can toggle between them. It's very easy. It doesn't have to look like this all the time.
Yeah, like I didn't tell you this, but there's a dinner next Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, our family dinner, and I can see it for free.
That's right.
Before committing to it.
We'll just stay here for a while.
Yeah.
So that's right. So if somebody says, "Hey, Jeremy, we've got this networking event. It's Thursday night," I can see if Christy has plans for herself for a networking event of her own or something that we have. That's just a joined, combined family calendar that I could just toggle on and see. And it's all there to the left. You just go, and it's on my phone. My phone looks just like this. So I just go over here, down, drop to this little drop down, and it says family calendar, other calendars, and it's got a Taurus team calendar in there. Right there, bam. So that's the what. That's kind of the nuts and bolts of what we do now. The Noodlebergs talk about time blocking, and they have a spreadsheet. And if you just go to Steve Noodleberg or Mark Noodleberg or out of the On the Ball or the Daily Huddle or any one of those platforms, you can have that form. I mean, I've taken that form and repurposed it myself to my networking group and given it to people who I thought needed help with time management, with being more responsive. First of all, you prioritize with it. What you focus on gets done. And this is a way to say, if it's on my calendar, it's going to get done. And if it's not, it won't get done.
Right.
So Steve has a 15-minute block. I do 30 minutes personally. So each one of these blocks here is an hour. So Steve has 4 of those. I have 2. And so if you have, let's say 10 hours in a day, because truthfully, who works 8 hours anymore? So if you have 10 hours, Steve's got 40 segments that he can fill. I've got 20. So that's 20 things that I can give attention to. If it takes an hour, it takes an hour, but I still look in my head every morning that I've got 20 things that I can get done today. What 20 things are going to move me towards the goal line of either making money or getting us closer to making money.
Right.
You know, and that's a different show about prioritizing and all that stuff, but that's part of it, putting the stuff on the calendar that's actually producing. So people confuse action with production many times. Just because you're busy all day doesn't mean you're producing or being productive. It just means you're doing shit that you like, not stuff that needs to be done to move the business forward. And a calendar helps with that.
Yeah. Yeah. You can also, I think I could definitely get better at scheduling myself or putting in the calendar certain activities that I should be doing. But in the beginning, I took a week or so and just tracked everything that I did. And then you can see, like, where are you spending time, you know, that you shouldn't be, probably, you know, what's taking up a lot of your time, because I'm still guilty of doing that, but working on it. And I know a lot of times at the end of the day, I'm like, oh my God, where'd the day go? I feel like I didn't get much done.
That's true. And I don't think I've worked a day since I started in cable in 1991 where I went, man, this day's dragging. I mean, literally, I've had a charmed life. It's been 32 years or so. And I've never had a day where I was like, wow, I can't wait till this day's over, or it's only 11 o'clock. You know, I'm like, holy crap, it's 3 o'clock.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And also, like, looking at it the day before, so you're kind of mentally prepared. Or maybe you do need to get prepared for something. You know, if that's like you have something tomorrow where we had to print out a bunch of stuff and get ready.
Yes.
It's like, you know, if you don't see that,
yeah,
it's not going to remind you.
Yeah, I check it every night just to get in my headspace too.
Yeah.
Because as I go to sleep, I know I kind of mentally prepare. It takes some anxiety away. Now, if you watch this show and you know me at all, you know I don't really sleep. So I'm kind of lying there. Because I'm still full of anxiety and wake up and don't sleep too much. But imagine if I didn't do that. I mean, it would be worse.
Yeah.
So the other thing I do is I have an alarm system set on my phone where, you know, I literally just use my alarm function where I look at the calendar and let me just go over here, go from work week to day. And like right here, here's the time. Here's the time. So let's say this is the next thing at 4 o'clock. So I know that, I mean, it's not that clear because we're doing the green screen share and everything, but I know I need to be there. So I have an alarm set for 3:54 that says Tyler Hathaway. And I just know when it goes off 3:54, I'll know, oh, I got a Zoom call.
Yeah.
I've got a virtual coffee. I've got a podcast. I've got to meet somebody to do something. So I really do a lot with a physical phone alarm, not the notification on the email, because that doesn't do a good job. It's a little bing, or it gives you a text on the phone, which I don't look at my phone all day until it's time to look at my phone. I don't scroll all day. I have notifications off everywhere. I don't get notified when you guys do a thumbs up, when you message me, when you comment. That's another whole show.
Yes, that's true.
Notification, the power drainer.
I do use the calendar notifications, though. I have it set for 10 minutes.
But that's okay though,
Yeah.
because that's for something that's different. I don't use notifications because they're just too wimpy. I use my alarm. Taylor Swift starts singing. I know it's time to look to turn it off and get on a call. But I should invite Marcy Rader on to talk about those notification things. And then this is the color code thing. We're not going to get so deep on the color codes.
Yeah, well, you're going to go over the tools and how to use everything tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me put this back on work week so you can see. They're boxed. They're just little boxes.
The other thing I do, and I was actually updating it earlier today, is I make sure I have birthdays in there.
Oh yeah,
and
now there's a button for that.
Also home anniversaries, any anniversary that's significant, I try to put it in my calendar, and then I just put it on that it repeats annually.
Yeah, so if you look right there at the very top on Tuesday, when I click birthdays on that calendar, it says Charlie Heath's birthday. Charlie's been dead for a few years, so I should probably
want to take him out.
Hey, I'll tip one back to you,
if
Charlie.
You don't want to remember.
He's the original moonshine guy from Tennessee.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Charlie's the moonshine guy, but he did. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Sorry, Charlie.
Doesn't mean he wasn't born, and that was the day he was born.
Right.
But yeah, so you could turn birthdays. There's holidays. There's U.S. holidays, federal holidays. You could put whatever anniversaries in here. Facebook pretty much tells me when it's people's birthdays.
Yeah.
But I have people that I care about that I know that I don't depend on Facebook to tell me about it, because literally I might not go on Facebook because I don't do a lot of scrolling anymore. I do what I call post and ghost. So I don't really see sometimes it's someone's birthday, but there's some people that I know I'm going to call.
Yeah.
They get a text, like a real touch from me on their birthday. So those are on my calendar also.
Yeah, not everybody's on Facebook either. So
yeah, and then the other thing I wanted to point out is that when you have a calendar entry, you want to put the stuff in it and descriptions, the location, the Zoom location, the address. Google and Outlook are so smart that if I have to be at the city of Pompano to have a meeting there or to pay a water bill or something, and I put the address, when I get an alert on my phone,
it tells you how long till you.
Tells me when I have to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I don't have notifications on, but I know I look up and I say, oh, it went off. It just doesn't make a noise because it's wimpy, but it says, hey, you got to leave now. I mean, that's pretty cool. Why not take advantage of that?
Yeah.
Because it's not like, oh, I know it takes 20 minutes to get there. Well, not if there's an accident, you don't know that until that time. So you might get notified 28 minutes and you're like, wow, that's pretty early. There's a traffic accident. It's a bright line hit a car and I got to go all the way to commercial, come back around, and it's telling me that. So you utilize this intelligence that's out there in your calendar. So you've got box time, right? 15 and 30 minutes. You've got the intelligence of the descriptions and stuff to put in there. You've got color code, so you know if for me, it's a podcast, it's an interview, it's a meeting, it's a virtual coffee, it's just personal tasks. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's also the task feature.
There's tasks,
which used to be reminders.
Yep. And I've got
I put certain things in there for tasks.
Now my Google Calendar, up until recently I had Google Calendar more. I don't know, I lost all the chats. I don't know what happened to all the chats. They're all gone. But
I use Google. I don't use anything else.
Well, I was using Google, but I was having a hard time getting all my emails calendar events to show up at one place. For some reason, I have a lot of emails.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
Well, guess what? It's not a problem in Outlook.
Oh.
And so what I did on my phone, I took my Google Calendar and I moved it into utilities box. So I have to go like 3 places to get it now. And I got my Outlook as my first button. So I know I go to my Outlook, my email opens, I go to calendar, and that's where I'm living now. Okay. So the color codes aren't really that great right now, but it's so easy. If I just go today, and then now I can kind of see it on here. Let's see, I can't see, it's not very clear, but I hit edit, and there's probably a color code somewhere in here. Again, it's new to me. I haven't lived in
Outlook.
Yet, but Google is so easy. I do wish that Google didn't hose me up losing as much stuff. I'm going to discard this. I might get into some of this tomorrow. I'll definitely get into the house tomorrow, how I combine them all. That's really, all done. The colors and stuff, go with God. That's what YouTube's for. Figure it out, but get in there and have fun and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you everything, but it's definitely available.
Yeah.
And what else do you have on the topic?
I think just scheduling things, definitely. Like, we have the time that we're going to work out every morning on the mornings that we're going to work out. Even those simple tasks or things that you would think to yourself, like, why do I need to put it in my calendar?
Right.
You kind of do. Just so that you do it. Well, it also reminds you every day. It's like, oh yeah, I got to work out.
So
today I'm working out.
And so we have, Monday through Saturday is pretty much laid out for us. If you got a task you have to do, and you don't do it, back in the old days, they had Franklin Covey system, the Franklin Covey system. It was a book, and you wrote, at 12 o'clock, I have to do A. I got to go
to-do list
to whatever the task or the appointment was. And then there's an X for I canceled it. There's a check for I did it, or there's an arrow for I didn't get it done today, but I'll do it another day. Before you put the arrow, though, you had to go to the next day and write it, and then you go back and put the arrow. Now you just go to your calendar and then edit and change the date, or click and drag it to the next day and the next time, or down later. And it's just so much easier. Just push and drag, or edit, push the date out.
Yeah. Plus, in Google, anyway, you can invite people.
Oh my gosh, that's another thing.
So that
Google Invites,
it puts it automatically in their calendar. So hopefully they're using their calendar.
Well, and if they are or not, that's up to them not to show up to the meeting. But for you, what got me in trouble was people were inviting me.
Oh yeah.
And I was.
That's like through Facebook and stuff. You got to.
Well, they were using different addresses. So let's say I sent somebody an email through sales at Superior Lawn. Well, if I didn't have that calendar open and they used that email to schedule me for a meeting because I inadvertently sent them an email with that address, I wouldn't see it. And so I was missing out on meetings. Like, oh man, I know what happened. You sent it to sales and that calendar wasn't open. So now I have all those emails on my Outlook. And then if you have an email in your Outlook and you go to calendar, everything that you've been invited to will be there. So that's so Jimmy's saying, yeah, exactly. Move it to whatever. And if you don't do it and you don't move it, it's never going to get done. So that's the importance of moving them over, especially as it gets time to do it. Listen, don't let it go 3 hours and then move it. It's time to do it now. Well, I'm not doing it now. Something else came up. So then I move it over, move it out.
Right.
And then we all look, Jimmy, I love Outlook. I just personally, I like Google's friendlier. It's
user friendly.
User friendly. It's more intuitive. It just seems to be easier. But Outlook works. It works well. And I'm sure that the more I use the calendar, the easier to get for me. It's just that it's combining everything, and it's just the one that I find isn't dropping the ball with missing out on emails that I have. And that's kind of my bad. I got 5-6 emails that are active out there.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be a technical
part of the problem. Yeah, the user problem.
For me, again, it works.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't use Outlook. So, and I don't really need to, I don't think.
So as we land this plane, we just want to convey our thanks to the Huddle and the Noodlebergs for really getting us focused. We've both been pretty punctual and on time and all that stuff, but when we get turned on really to that power of the calendar, we haven't let that go. That's been one of the takeaways from that Huddle and that group and that core group there that that's changed my business and changed how I live.
Yeah, and now that I live by my calendar, I wonder, like, how did I do it before? Like,
a lot of stuff got dropped before.
Yeah. Or I think I kept, a paper calendar that was so analog.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I hate paper.
Yeah, I still like paper, but I don't put my schedule on a paper.
No, Yeah, I don't.
But for
I
taking
take
notes and
notes,
stuff like that, yeah.
but I
like
try to
that.
even that. I've got
Yeah.
books,
But I'll
stacks of
transfer
books
my
here.
notes over if they're important.
Yeah, we could get into that another day. The OneNote or what note systems that we use. So
Yeah.
that'll be another show.
Yeah.
If you like what we've been
Make
talking about
notes.
here, please let us know in the comments. If you'd like to see us talk about a subject or wonder what we do, we're both entrepreneurs. We're married, so there's a whole aspect there. We've had shows about that. But drop it in the comment. Let us know what you want to see us talk about, and we'll do a show on it. And if we think we missed something, put that in the comment, because I'm sure we missed a lot. I like to keep these things quick and
for Google Calendar or
for whatever,
calendar
for
scheduling, time blocking.
Time blocking, or how do you stay on task, and what tools are, and something I didn't mention, with AI, how is AI? How are you using AI with your calendars? Because I don't have
That
anything.
I haven't done yet. That I don't.
Yeah, I don't have anything integrated yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Now the CRM, that's another show in its entirety too. The CRM now.
And that syncs with your calendar.
It does. Yeah, that syncs there.
Yeah. So you also use Calendly a lot? I
did use Calendly, but my CRM
has
a calendar invite system that I just got a great compliment. Thanks, Jimmy. We miss you too. That allowed me to get rid of Calendly and not pay that yearly cost.
Yeah.
So it's a cost savings.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. And my Calendly was messing up too.
Calendly syncs with your calendar.
And now everything's through my CRM, so it syncs automatically anyway. Everything goes through my CRM.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
yeah,
from us to you, keep improving every day.
Yeah, try your calendar.
Remember, if you're moving to the South Florida area, Christy is the realtor broker that you need to get in touch with Flamingo Realty.
Yes.
Christine at Flamingo Realty Christine at Flamingo realtyfl.com.
Yes.
And you catch me at coachingdonebetter.com. Come on, join. It's free. Jump on my calendar. Let's do a virtual coffee. And we'll see you tomorrow. We won't see you tomorrow. You'll see us tomorrow. You meet tomorrow, but we won't see you because we're on tape.
It's on our calendar for Monday.
Yeah, we'll see you Monday.
We'll see you Monday.
Take care.